today. You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah, that's okay, yeah. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind. I need you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat. I'm lonely. What do you think? Can't think at all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind. Oh. I need you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat. So I'm lonely. What do you think? Can't think at all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. How do you feel? I'm lonely. What do you feel? Can't think at all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. So slide over here and give me a moment. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind.
KTAI FM, a Radio Flag radio station.
She calls me from the cold, just when I was low, feeling short of stable. All that she intends, and all she keeps inside is in on the label. She says she's ashamed. Can she take me for a while? Can I be a friend? We'll forget the past, or maybe I'm not able, and I break at the bend. We're here and now. Will we ever be again? 'Cause I have found all that shimmers in this world is sure to fade away again. She drinks champagne dreams, strawberries of her eyes, pink linen on white paper, lavender and cream, fills up with awful lies, reality escapes her. She says that love is for fools that fall behind. I'm somewhere between. I never really know. I kill off
That's Fuel and Shimmer on KTAI 91.1. What's up? I'm Ryan Lambert. Good afternoon. Bringing you your lunch hour from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. Well, there are a lot of interesting things going on in the world right now, and most of us are aware of it. Some of us aren't aware of it. Some of us don't care, and some of us will be taken by surprise. And there's probably all kinds of people out there in the world. Check this out. We have an article on Bloomberg, which is linked to the Washington Post from September 16th of 2014. Many of us are probably aware of the Ebola outbreak that has happened in Africa. One weird thing about that is, according to the data that they have collected pertaining to the location of the disease outbreak, is that the Ebola outbreak is actually taking place in the most densely populated area of rich resource in Africa. That's right. There are precious metals and trace elements of the earth that are found in Africa in their soils and below ground that are very vital to making our electronic devices and all other kinds of devices. The article on Bloomberg, which is linked to the Washington Post, you can go look this up. It's from September 16th, 2014. President Obama plans to send 3,000 people to Africa to investigate the outbreak of Ebola. Now, here's my question. I understand investigating an issue, but why would they be sending our folks over there to then bring them back? Isn't that a risk? Isn't that putting the United States into jeopardy by sending people to an infected area and then bringing them back to the U.S.? From what I know, people are usually quarantined whenever they have such an outbreak such as this, but who knows? Maybe they're trying to bring it back to the U.S. I don't know. My opinion is this. This is my opinion. This part isn't a fact. My opinion is that they're looking for some form of plausible deniability to where they can say, oh, it just broke out in the U.S. We don't know how it happened. For those of you who don't know what plausible deniability means, it's a psychology word. It's, you know, that thing whenever people say, oh, it just happened, but I don't know how. It just happened, but I don't know how. That is called plausible deniability. And perhaps that's what they're trying to... That could be the stunt that they're trying to pull here, or it could be an infectious disease that we really need to take care of before it spreads. We don't know yet. Only time will tell on that one. Anyways, coming up, we're going to have music from Filter, Collective Soul, Pearl Jam. Also, let's see, we have some PSAs here in front of me, and, well, they have not been updated, so I guess there's nothing really important for me to read out of the book. So, anyways, keep it tuned here. We're going to have more great music coming up for you. I'm going to pull up a few more articles and get some more facts out there for you guys to think about. You're listening to KTAI's Common Sense with Ryan Lambert on 91.1 The One.
Up, and every time she see what I could be, a cold routine or something that just won't stop touching me. And I wait here another time, like 1,000 times before, dropping out and fading, but I keep on wanting more. Time, and she really, really doesn't care that I can't keep time or the rhythm straight. 'Cause it's one thing she don't dare. Yeah, it's alright, I dropped the line. Now it's one thing to be free. Well, I never really had a thing for that, but it's everything I need. And you don't ever understand. It's right here in our hands. The
daytime vibe, but that's one thing I won't do. It's over, back again, still on the attack, but I'm convinced I found a reason to keep her coming back. And you don't ever understand. It's right here in our hands, the outline of our lives. It's over now. You won't ever be happier until you find that special place where you belong. And you won't ever be happier until you find that only way, until you find the only way back. You don't ever understand. It's right here in our hands, the outline of our lives. It's over
You're listening to KTAI FM with Ryan Lambert. This is Filter. Take a picture. Throwing it back to 1999.
awake on my airplane, awake on my airplane. My skin is bare, my skin is theirs. Awake on my airplane, awake on my airplane. My skin is bare, my skin
KTAI FM, a Radio Flag radio station.
And that is Filter, Take a Picture on KTAI. That song actually won the Kids' Choice of the Year Song of the Year on Nickelodeon back in 1999, whenever that type of music was still number one. What's up? I'm Ryan Lambert. You're still listening to your number one radio station on 91.1. I pulled up an interesting article just now on the Washington Post. Last week I was talking about the iPhone 6 and how they have the new iWatch. And I even told you guys, picture an eye literally watching you whenever you think of the iWatch. Whenever we have this type of technology, whenever we are able to give up this kind of data to these global leaders, it makes things very dangerous for the American civilization. Like I said, it is a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution for them to do this type of stuff, because they have to have probable cause and they have to have a search warrant pertaining to any matters therein. According to an article I just now read on the Washington Post, I don't know if this is true or not, but it says Apple said Wednesday night that it is making it impossible for the company to turn over data from most iPhones or iPads to police, even if they have a search warrant. But here's the deal, guys. If they don't have a search warrant, they'll just use somebody to hack into our phones or hack into our iPads in order to get this information. One of the things that has me concerned about the new iPhone is the fact that you're able to put your thumbprint on the screen and use that as a way for access of unlocking your phone. To me, that just sounds that's almost scary, because used to, the FBI would have to do forensic work and go through extensive processes and jump through all kinds of hoops before they could even get access to that kind of data. If the wrong people get in charge of the iPhone 6, they could be using our thumbprints to plant random DNA trails and random thumbprints throughout whatever they're trying to do, pun intended. That's almost like the Orwellian police state that's talked about in George Orwell's 1984, where they say Big Brother is watching. It is not a conspiracy, guys. Big Brother is watching, and they say it's for our own safety. Do you think it's for our own safety, or do you think this is just history repeating itself? There are a lot of similarities that are going on nowadays pertaining to what they have done in past historical events, such as World War II. The American Revolution is another one. Whenever we carry these phones around us on our bodies with cameras and microphones on them, it lets them see what we're doing. Like I said on an earlier show, during the American Revolution, the way they spied on the colonists was they said, okay, there's an enemy that we have to protect you from. We need to keep you safe, so we're going to quarter British troops in your homes for your own safety. And what was happening was the British troops were really reporting back to the British Parliament about what was going on in the colonists' homes, and it was really psychological warfare at its finest. But now they don't have to put troops in our homes. They have phones that do it for them. We do all the work for them, but the reason we don't realize it is because we're too busy checking our Twitters and our Facebooks all the time, being distracted. Well, I'm going to keep distracting you with some good music. On the way, we have Pearl Jam, The Who, Blue Oyster Cult. It's all up next on 91.1, The One.
Why drink the water from my hand? Contagious as you think I am. Just took my son towards your domain. You can't run it over again.
Ready to start strong? Enroll in the Army ROTC. You could get a full tuition scholarship, and you'll graduate a leader and an officer in the U.S. Army. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. To learn more about the ROTC at Texas A&M Kingsville, call 361-593-3393 today. That's 361-593-3393. Paid for by the United States Army.
This broadcast was made possible by a generous grant from Boost Mobile by Do More Wireless. Test drive their new Android-powered smartphones by visiting them in-store at 700 South 14th Street, Suite D in Kingsville, Texas. To find out more about their monthly unlimited plan with shrinkage only on Boost Mobile, call 361-221-9760 or visit them in-store at 700 South 14th Street, Suite D. Boost Mobile. Be heard.
It's been said that smiles make the world go round. Here at Cricket, we couldn't agree more. So everything we do is in service of a smile. We start with a reliable nationwide network. Then we make it available on the coolest devices. You can even bring your own phone with affordable plans that are simple to choose from, starting as low as $40 a month, including taxes and fees. With unlimited talk, text, and data, with no annual contracts. Take all that, add in fast, friendly service, and what do you get? Something to smile about.
Visit your local Cricket Wireless store at 1100 South 14th Street in Kingsville, Texas, and experience the new Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
That is Pearl Jam on KTAI. And Alive is the name of that song. Well, our freedoms are still somewhat alive, and we might as well get informed about what's going on all over the U.S. and all over the world while we can, so that way we can keep the dream alive. Good afternoon. Ryan Lambert checking in with you once again on 91.1 from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. Well, I pulled up an article on Infowars.com, and this ought to give you an idea of how far into trouble our country is really getting. Check this out. The headline of the article says, school administrators in Buffalo, Missouri suspend a teenage girl for drug possession last May after reading her personal diary and finding several references to marijuana. The girl's father, Tom Grayhorse, revealed the situation to local media this week in an attempt to bring attention to his daughter's 7-month suspension. Well, later, if you read the article, what happens is this. The teenage girl actually had forgotten one of her notebooks at the school one day. She left it at school. So what happened was, after she left her notebook at school, the school administrators picked up her notebook and started reading through it. Now, that right there, they don't have the right to do that. They don't have the right to go through your personal belongings, especially if you leave a notebook at school. What they're supposed to do is pick it up and say, hey, this is your notebook. Maybe check the lost and found. Whatever happened to the lost and found? Well, the only thing that's being lost right now is our freedoms, apparently, because it later says in the article that she never had possession of cannabis, and she never had partaken of it at all, and her father also says that she writes short stories in her notebooks, fiction sometimes, and that it could have been a reference to a fiction story that she was writing. So this is thought crime, guys, and if you've read 1984, you know that the quote goes like this: thought crime does not entail death. Thought crime is death. And besides, whatever happened to the First Amendment, freedom of speech, Fourth Amendment being violated, unlawful search and seizure, and they're suspending her for something that they have no concrete proof of. There's no tangible proof here. Her father goes on to say that if she would have had cannabis on her, or if there would have actually been a situation where she had partaken of it, then it would have been a different story. And of course you suspend the girl in that case. But there is no proof here. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe this is happening in the United States of America. Seriously, where are we right now? North Korea? Also, if you go down further in the article, it says, similarly, a 16-year-old student in South Carolina was suspended and arrested just last month for writing a story about shooting a dinosaur. Okay, let's think about this for a second. A 16-year-old kid suspended for writing a story about shooting a dinosaur. So I guess we're going to have to throw the creators of Godzilla in jail now because they wrote a story about a dinosaur attacking Tokyo, Japan. Oh, yeah, now we have to go arrest Paramount Pictures or DreamWorks or whoever produced that, right? According to this logic, it's for your safety, right? No. We have to stop this kind of stuff from happening. There are still good people in our government. There still are good people in the United States. But the problem is that they're not doing anything about it. Just like Thomas Jefferson said, whenever good men and women do nothing, tyrants flourish. Right now, the tyrants are getting away with murder because they are not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff to our children in the United States. Why don't they focus on catching members of Al-Qaeda or ISIS or IS or ISIL, whatever they're calling it? They have 5 different names for it now, and the reason they do that is to confuse the public. Later on in my next break, I'm going to be getting to an article that I found on CBSNews.com where they're saying that some of bin Laden's old remaining network are still trying to destroy America. This is the headline on CBS News. Go look it up. On the way, we're going to be hearing from Alter Bridge, Crossfade, The Who, some Blue Oyster Cult, but we're kicking things off with Green Day, Longview. This is Ryan Lambert on 91.1, The One.
I'll sit around and watch the tube, but nothing's on. I change the channels for an hour or two. Tweet all my thumbs just for a bit. I'm sick of all the same old. In the house with unlocked doors, and I'm facing. Bite my lip and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm done and bored. I'm gonna wear blinds and I felt like shit. Peel me off this Velcro seat and get me moving. I sure as hell can't do it by myself. I'm feeling like a dog in heat, barred indoors from the summer street. I locked the door to my own cell and I lost a can. Bite my lip and close my eyes. Take me
This is one they have recorded. It's their latest single, and it's in the charts. Coming to you now live, this is The Seeker.
I've looked under chairs, I looked under tables, I try to find the key to 50 million fables. They call me the Seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die. I asked Bobby Dylan, I asked the Beatles, I asked Timothy Leary, but he couldn't help me either. They call me the Seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die. People tend to hate me 'cause I never smile, but as I ransack their homes, they wanna shake my hand. Focusing on nowhere, investigating miles. I'm a seeker, I'm a really desperate man. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die. I learned how to raise my voice in anger. But look at my face, it's a smile. I'm happy when life's good, and when it's bad I cry. I got values, but I don't know how or why. I'm looking for me, we're looking for you. We're looking at each other and we don't know what to do. They call me the Seeker. I've been searching low and high. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die.
KTAI FM, a Radio Flag radio station.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, he pulls the spinning high tension wires down.
91.1, the one is KTAI-FM, Kingsville, Texas.
My station. I love the music.
I love it. It's great.
They play all my songs.
You are so awesome.
You guys play the best music.
It's on hit. This station is ridiculously good.
Broadcasting live from Menning Hall of Texas A&M University, Kingsville. This is KTAI-FM 91.1.
Turn your radio up.
The one.
Oh, yeah, you gotta love how that last song ends. That's Blue Oyster Cult and Godzilla. There's a reason I picked that song. At the very end of the song, he goes on to say, history shows again and again how nature points up the folly of man. Godzilla. And what that means is, as you study history, as you look at human nature of what's on the inside of each and every one of us, it shows how man has a propensity to abuse their power and how it historically repeats itself through the form of human nature. And that is so true, because those of us who don't know history, we're bound to nature, and those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it, and denying it is what allows it to happen and to perpetually escalate to a higher level. We see a lot of that going on today, and I wanted to enlighten you guys about an older article from the 4th of July that happened last year in 2013. It's on storyleak.com. That's where you can go check out the article. It says it's about a park in Ohio. The city of Lakewood, Ohio will be celebrating July 4th with mandatory bag searches and a ban on all 4th of July related fun, including fireworks, drinks, grills, pets, and just about everything else. So here we go. Here's a list of the things that they're banning. All generators, propane and gas grills are prohibited. All tents and shelters are prohibited. We all know how dangerous tents and shelters are. Police will be conducting searches of bags and coolers for reasons of public safety. No personal fireworks, no pets or dogs of any kind. So to celebrate your freedom, you basically get to be reminded of the fact that you're a slave who has no rights. There is no public safety involved in this because obviously tents and shelters, as I mentioned earlier, what can you do wrong with tents and shelters? Come on, America. We have to wake up. We cannot let these tyrants keep running our lives and trying to control us. It's almost like that movie A Bug's Life, where you see Flick, the innovator, the one who's always trying to make the new invention, and how he's always being made fun of by his peers and his subordinates around him because they're saying, oh, you'll never make it. Just do the grasshopper's work. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, guys, whenever we bow down to that idea of there's nothing we can do about it, that's already a losing attitude, and we cannot be trapped inside of that paradigm. We have to realize, like, hey, our life has value. Each and every one of us has the right to an opinion. We have the right to get informed. Read the books while they're still out there. Look at the Clinton documents, the Clinton Library documents, the geoengineering documents, Agenda 21 documents. Agenda 21 is practically the document name for what the New World Order is. It's just called Agenda 21 because they play word games when they do these things. Because if they called it socialism, or if they called it communism, or if they called it New World Order and put that label on it, people would react and they would do something about it. But they have to be tricky when they do these things. If you really know how the subconscious works on the subatomic level, you're able to catch little signs here and there of what they're doing. Anyways, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing some more music. We're going to have Alter Bridge, Alice Cooper, David Bowie, Crossfade. But first, we're going to start things off with the Black Crowes. Twice as Hard on 91.1, The One.
listening to KTAI FM 91.1 in Kingsville, Texas.
I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. I'm blaming you for everything. No more holding it in. How many years can I pretend? Nothing ever goes the way it should. No more sitting in this place, hoping you might see it my way. 'Cause I don't think you ever understood that what I'm looking for are the answers to why these questions never go away. I'm so far away. I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. Now I'm blaming you for everything. No more waiting for the end of every day that I will spend, wishing that I only had a choice. No more pushing it away, 'cause I'll be busy watching things go my way. Never looking back on this anymore, 'cause what I'm looking for are the answers to why these questions never go away. I'm so far away. I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. I'm blaming you for everything. I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. I'm blaming you for. Hey, watch me wave goodbye to yesterday. Nothing left in my way. Hey, I've been saved with sun shining on my pain, getting me through this day. Hey, watch me wave goodbye to yesterday. Nothing left in my way. Feels so good to say. I'm so far away. I've been changing, but you'll never see me now. I'm blaming you.
Hey, 91.1 FM, Ryan Lambert keeping you rocking with Alter Bridge, Rise Today.
The wind is blowing cold. Have we lost our way tonight? Have we lost our hope to sorrow? It feels like we're all alone, running further from what's right, and there are no more heroes to follow.
That's Alter Bridge on KTAI. Rise Today is the name of that song. Well, where are you, America? Just like the song says. Why don't we rise today and change this world? We can set it right with love, and that is the answer. We have to come together, and we have to unanimously decide to do something about this together, because once we figure out that we have the power to change the world, it's over for these global elite who are trying to control everything and manipulate our free will and control everybody. That's the answer, is being aware of it and having a conscious realization of what's going on both the subatomic, subconscious level and at the surface of your conscious mind. I found an interesting article on the Washington Post. It says that the House on Wednesday approved President Obama's plan to train and equip modern Syrian rebels to counter the growing threat of IS, the Islamic State organization, even though lawmakers in both parties remain deeply skeptical about its chances for success. Well, here's my question. I don't mean to make too many references to 1984, but there's a good one here. It says that we're arming Syrian rebels. And around a year ago, wasn't it just 14 months ago that the United States was trying to go to war with Syria? And now they're flipping the coin and saying that they want to arm the same people that we were supposed to go to war against last year. I mean, I've noticed that. It's a fact. It's on record. It's documented. It's public. Let's face it. If you look at 1984, it talks about how Oceania is always at war with East Asia or Eurasia. Then they're not at war. Then they are at war. Then they're not at war. And about how war is peace, ignorance is strength, and freedom is slavery. Because it's all upside down. Society is stacked from the ground up. I'm sure everybody's heard that situation before, heard that saying before. Here's another thing that really raises a red flag about arming these Syrian rebels. Regardless of whose side you're on, that part doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, you see gun control legislation being targeted here in the United States where they're trying to take away our guns, but here they are trying to arm Syrian rebels and give them machinery and weaponry. Does that make any sense to you? They want to take away our guns at home, but they want to arm terror groups and counter-terror groups all over the world. Think about that. Just let that sink in for a moment. Gun control laws are, the way they do that, it's crazy. If you look at what they did in World War II, the way Hitler would do it is he would use his inmates to go out and commit crimes with guns, because Hitler himself, he's kind of like Obama. He was a great speaker. He was real polite. He knew how to connect with people and all that kind of stuff, where you establish the common ground and then divide and conquer everybody based on their own individual beliefs. And then it escalates predicated on the notion that one group of people doesn't care about the other group of people because they have separate interests, because that's how the state wants things to run. But the way they would get gun control legislation passed back in World War II was they would use radical inmates in the prison system to go out and commit crimes, particularly around election times too, because that's when everybody's voting. That's when everybody's where voting is fresh on the mind and lawmaking is fresh on the mind. And the legislators were trigger happy, pun intended. They were trigger happy to pass gun legislations. So after you think about it, these criminals, most of these people that you see on TV around the time when Obama was elected, there were mass shootings. You had the Batman Theater shooting. You had the shooting in New York where a guy lit buildings on fire and got the firefighters to come out on location, and he shot them on location. You had an instance where, with the Sandy Hook situation, you had the situation where a man shot his grandmother and burned her house down. And if you look at the common denominator of all of these crimes, one of the common themes is not one, not two, but all. That's right. All of these criminals that did these things had previous criminal records. So where are they getting their weapons from? Everybody knows in the United States that somebody with a criminal record is not legally allowed to purchase any type of firearm. We do have a black market. They probably could have gotten them off the streets. But where did the streets get them? Especially military AR-15s and automatic weapons. Where is that coming from? Who knows? Think about that, guys. the reason they do these type of shootings as well is because the brain, okay, here's some psychology for you guys. The brain is divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right hemisphere. The left hemisphere is more for your logic, scientific, mathematical computations. The right hemisphere is more for your, how do I say it, your creativity, your emotions, that kind of stuff. What they do is they numb your scientific hemisphere of the brain with emotional stimuli, so that way you will be in an emotional state of mind and you won't really be cut out to make a proper decision based on what's going on. And that is one of the most advanced psychological warfare tactics at its finest. Anyways, we're going to have some good music coming up from Gordon Lightfoot, David Bowie, kicking things off with Alice Cooper. Although we're still in school, everyone's looking forward to school being out eventually. School's out for the summer. 91.1, The One.
Making all that noise, 'cause they found People on the streets. Okay. Chipping around, my brains on the floor. These are the days it never rains, but it falls. Turned away from it all like a blind man. Sat on the fence, but it don't work.
Keep coming up with love, but it's so slashed and torn.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better, when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping around my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping around my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
Hey, that's Gordon Lightfoot from the post-war era, Sundown. We had David Bowie and Queen Under Pressure before that, and Alice Cooper with School's Out before that. Good afternoon. Welcome back into the KTAI studios. I'm your host, Ryan Lambert, bringing you some good old-fashioned common sense to spread some knowledge to the American people. I'm actually joined by Dante right now.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Dante here.
Hey, so Dante, when is your shift?
Actually, my shift is on Tuesdays, 2 to 5. I'm trying to hopefully get the playlist going to rock instead of pop.
Oh, cool. So you've got a little project you're working on there, and you have a pretty good taste in music. And we're actually going to be joined right now by James Espinosa from the KTAI Sports Rush. So there's 3 of us in here right now. And
what's going on, guys? Glad to be here.
We actually have an article that we're going to be talking about on Infowars.com that's very interesting. But first, would you like to introduce yourself too, James?
Yeah. Hello, everybody out there, KTAI listeners. 91.1 The One, James Espinosa, The Sports Rush. Wednesdays, 2 to 4, that's where you can find myself alongside Steven Dallas Chapa and Joshua Cavazos. And hope everybody's having a great day. I'm glad to be here, Ryan.
These guys are going to be on ESPN one day. I have a feeling.
You're too kind, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, well, as I mentioned in one of my earlier breaks, we have an interesting article on Infowars.com where school administrators in Buffalo, Missouri suspended a teenage girl for drug possession last May after reading her personal diary and finding several references to marijuana. Later in the article, it talks about how it was a personal notebook. It wasn't a school notebook to turn in, and it was a book that she had left at school. So first of all, they didn't even have the right to be going through her personal belongings.
She just accidentally left it there. Forgot it. You know, it wasn't like it was a personal belonging to the school, right?
Exactly. It says that it wasn't one of those composition books. You know how we had to turn in short stories.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been through that before. And, what about the lost and found? Why didn't they turn it into the lost and found? Why would they start going through somebody else's property? I mean, if you look at this right here, Article 4 in the United States Constitution. Would you like to read that?
Yes, I would, sir. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue. But upon probable cause, supported by oath of affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Yep. And if you read later in the article, it talks about how there was no evidence of marijuana possession. She was not selling, and she didn't even have it in her system. Well, she hasn't taken a drug test or anything, but if I was her, I would go to the courthouse and take a drug test so it would be on record that there was no involvement with the marijuana. And it says later on in the article, similarly, a 16-year-old student in South Carolina was suspended and arrested just last month for writing a story about shooting a dinosaur. Well, I guess we have to go arrest the makers of Godzilla now, right, James? Right, Dante? What do y'all think about this?
Yeah, man, I guess the military is going to have to do their own thing and investigate this themselves because, shooting dinosaurs is a big deal. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's dinosaurs all over the planet. I mean, you just find their fossils everywhere. Oh, wait, we can go to museums and see those.
Exactly. I mean, the story, the situation's unfortunate for that young girl. I mean, pretty much the system of the school is kind of, not doing her a favor, and saying that, hey, she just left it here. This is her own personal things. And, I mean, it's just unfortunate that this little girl's going through this right now.
Exactly. She's losing 7 months of her education. suspended for 7 months. Wow. It's like the deeper meaning behind this too, gentlemen. Do y'all know what thought crime is?
I'm not too familiar.
Oh, well, thought crime is actually where you just arrest somebody based on what they might be able to do. That would be like me saying, oh, you have 2 hands. You're a terrorist because you can use your own 2 hands to grab a knife to do something. Oh, yeah, you can do. Oh, but.
So, in essence, everybody has the potential to be, I guess, somewhat dangerous.
I guess
in that sense.
Yeah, I guess all 7 billion human people on the planet that make up our population are thought criminals by this logic.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, do y'all have anything else to say, or?
No, man. Just thanks for having me on. Everybody, Common Sense, 11 to 1 on Thursdays.
Yep.
You can catch Ryan Lambert right here, so make sure y'all tune in. He's going to be rocking. He's going to be giving you some information on this world, and, take a listen.
And
don't make sure to catch Dante also on the B-side.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a lot more talking there on the B-side with you guys, and I'm going to try to see if I can get another DJ in there with me for the last hour or so we can, get a little more personal and just talk about things on air with you guys.
Definitely.
That would be really cool. It looks like everybody's really getting off to a great year at Texas A&M Kingsville, and, well, on the way we're going to be hearing from Coldplay live. First, we're throwing it back to 1996. This is Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars on 91.1 The One.
Must have been mid-afternoon. I could tell by how far the child's shadow stretched out, and he walked with a purpose in his sneakers down the street. He had many questions, like children often do. He said, tell me all your thoughts on God. Tell me, am I very far? Must have been late afternoon. On our way, the sun broke free of the clouds. We count only blue cars, skip cracks in the street, and ask many questions, like children often do. We said, tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I really like to meet her and ask her why we're who we are. Tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'm on my way to see her. So tell me, am I very far? Am I very far now? It's getting cold. Picked up the pace. How our shoes make hot noises in this place. Our clothes are stained. We pass money, cross-eyed people, and ask many questions, like children often do.
What's up? That was Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars from 1996, keeping it in the 1990s from Throwing Copper. This is Live and Lightning Crashes.
Lightning crashes, a new mother cries. Hopeless until it falls to the floor. The angel opens her eyes. The confusion sets in before the doctor can even close the door. Lightning crashes, an old mother dies. Her intentions fall to the floor. The angel closes her eyes. The confusion that was hers belongs now to the baby down the hall. Oh, I feel it coming back again, like a rolling thunder chasing the wind, forces pulling from the center of the earth. I can feel it.
to crush for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line. I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know, for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry.
And that's Coldplay. Their very first radio song that I can remember, throwing it back to 2001. That is Coldplay and Yellow. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Lambert here with you on your Thursday. It's about 12:52 and 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds. Okay, I'm not a clock timer. I thought I was a clock for a second. Hope y'all are having a great day. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on out there. If you want, you can go check out some of these articles for yourself. On the way, we're going to be hearing from our Top 40 playlist as that makes a return. But first, a word from our sponsors. I'm getting out of here. You can catch me on Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And now, a word from our local sponsors.
When danger is imminent, will you be prepared? Now many mobile devices can bring you critical information from local sources you trust.